Yo, what's good? This is Chan Man, House of Barf. So yeah, it's about 3:42 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, I know I was just discussing, about trading on Friday as a day trader. You really don't want to get held holding the bag over the weekend. Anything could happen over the weekend. Therefore, you want to kind of get your trades done and over with and out. So yeah, that's why I hurried up and hopped on because I just took a quick look and um, let's take a look. What just happened? Um, I hope I literally did not just. Uh, I thought I put a limit order in. But it looks like I just got out of the take two. It was August 18th, 2023. Uh, sold 10. Sold uh some calls short. Um, so my goal, well, I can't even see where I purchased them at, but it looks like I may have sold them at 620, and I bought them at 620. I meant to try to sell them at like 615 or something, but I guess because I was up a couple $100, but I guess it didn't execute till 620. I made that mistake a couple times. Make sure I don't do that in the future. That was pretty frustrating. So essentially, I just broke even besides all the commission and fees. Take two probably dropped today because the calls that I went long went down about $1,100, and the calls that I bought to go short went up about $1,100. And that's why I was going to try to sell. I bought it at 620, and I was trying to sell it like 615 or something. And I was going to try to make a profit, but I guess I didn't get out till 620, and therefore it was a complete just zero. That's a blower. Um, all right, so I do want to keep this Camden Properties because I just kind of want to experiment with allowing a call that is short to expire and just kind of see what happens, as well as I'm going to do it with the other trades as well. Long put, long call, get all this figured out. I'm trying to get out of this Elm Communities position. Again, I sold in August 18th, 2023 call. I sold it at contract price $1.95. It's currently trading at $1.70, and now it's trading at $2. When it was trading at $1.70, I put in an order to buy at $1.85. I thought it would have worked, but it didn't. So it didn't execute. Rest of these trades, the take two. I also have a June 21st, 2024 long call position and a September 15th, 2023 long call position in Boeing. Boeing must have went down today because the call lost money. So yeah, that's just the trades I've been working on. Um, uh, Give me one moment. Okay. Also, I have two long stock positions in Taiwan Semiconductor. That is that's down on the day. Um, it's down approximately 0.32% on the day, and Foot Locker is down approximately 1.75% on the day. So I have those positions. Probably will just leave them, go into the weekend with them. I do believe that Taiwan Semiconductor will have an update, as well as Foot Locker. I think Foot Locker will have an update as well. So yeah, that's just basically the trades. I think I'm going to go ahead and just wrap it up with that for the weekend, and then do some research over the weekend, just more so what trades I'm going to be making on Monday. So I'll look around. A few things I'm looking at: BioSig Technologies. Let me see what their ticker symbol was again. I'll go back to it. Yeah, I'm looking at this company, BioSig Technologies. It's ticker symbol BSGM. It's $1.16. I did say that I was going to put a dollar in an account and begin trading with it. Let me go to, yeah, so I was able to get the dollar in the account. Now I just kind of have to find um, like some pennies and just show that, it's possible to even just start with a dollar. So I'll work on that. So pretty much when it comes to Friday, it's 10 minutes left. Um, Again, it's more so most people are going to try to get out, get ready for the weekend, uh, party, vacations, pay bills, whatever it is. They just want some chicken in their pocket so that they can handle those things. On the other end, um, you know, yeah, people are just going to start selling off. So you do kind of see a sell off towards the end of the day. I'm not sure if that's exactly what's happening today. Don't quote me. But yeah, we'll go into the weekend. We'll keep an eye on semiconductors. That's something I'm looking into. REITs, utilities, just different various things. And we'll get ready for Monday morning. I do want to say that I feel kind of bad today. I was having a great day around 1 p.m. I kind of got distracted, and it was a learning lesson for me as well. Is that when you're doing well and you got things moving, the devil will try to throw you off your pivot. So and I got threw off my pivot, um, and it just kind of snowballed into the rest of the day. So I was getting kind of excited, but that was a learning lesson for me. I couldn't even do the research like I wanted to do the research. But yeah, that's something we're gonna work on. A couple things I'll be looking at NVIDIA over the weekend. I know that they were kind of having a rough day. We'll look at Intel. We'll look at the semiconductors, different things. Taiwan Semiconductor, working on that. So I don't think there's too much more to go over. We'll be sure to try to get better with that. We're going to Monday. Hopefully, we'll be ready. Hopefully, things will be serious. It's going to be fantastic. Um, Going to be taking risk. Luckily, have not lost too much yet. Um, Doing great. We're staying on track. Just got thrown off my pivot for a second there. So, but again, um, I know it may sound crazy, unless you're like a long-term investor. I know it may sound crazy talking about getting stuck holding the bag. It is something that you really don't want to, as a day trader, you really don't want to get stuck in. So, um, again, what I mean by you want to get your assets in cash. Now, as a long-term investor, it's totally different. If you ask anybody who long-term invests and short-term invests, their percentages, you'll probably hear better returns from the long-term investor. The person who decided to go ahead and invest, leave it, set it, and forget it almost, as long as it's in good, pretty good stocks. There are times when you can run into situations. I can't think of one right off the bat, but let's say um, I don't know. I gotta look it up. Uh, let's let's say a couple companies are merging, right? And your company got merged with another company, and this next company ends up going down to zero. So if you own this company, you merged with such and such company, uh, and then the stock completely goes down, and you're just stuck with nothing, and you're wondering, where is my Bell South stock that I had? And it's like, oh man, Bell South merged with such and such, and then that stock tanked, and you kind of just like, damn, I didn't even realize. So there are times where you can get stuck, so many times, but a lot of times, if you set forget, usually those will have, if not the same, better returns than short-term investing. Not to mention stress level. You kind of forgot about it. You can come back, look at it like, oh, I'm up, 10, 15, 20%, however much percent it is. And don't ever get scared of being up a lot. I mean, you can be up 1,000, 2,000%. There's nothing wrong with that. or, because a lot of people will say, oh, once I hit 30%, I'm out. You can hit 100. You can hit 200. It's possible. But more so with day traders, you don't want to get stuck holding the bag in the sense of you put this money into this company, speculative company, and over the weekend, this speculative company gets, I don't know, investigated by the SEC. So you don't find this shit out to aftermarket on Friday, and you're wondering, like, you check your stocks and you're wondering what's going on. And then next thing you know, come Monday, it's not trading, it's grayed out, it says no volatility, it says zero. You're like, what's going on here? And then next thing you know, some news comes out. This other company that I'm looking at real quick, because I saw a lot of people on Investor Hub. This is why I kind of, take a look at those websites. Not saying I support them or believe in them, but I saw a bunch of people talking about these companies. This company, DWAC. Let me see, percentage gainers, DWAC. And DWAC had a pretty good data date. And what I saw online was people were like, oh, yeah, this is Trump's corporation. And it went up approximately 50% today. And I was like, oh, man, that was a slip up on my part to be able to just I seen a bunch of people talking about it, but I didn't look it up. I didn't know what they were talking about. I wasn't sure if it was an acronym for some, no, I'm not trying to say that, but, Donald Trump supporter. I wasn't sure, so I didn't look it up. And then today, I just said, hey, what companies are gaining? And I see DWAC. And I was like, yo, I just seen a bunch of people talking about that. But yeah, just a couple things that just go over. One, don't let anybody throw you off your pivot when you're trading. When you're sitting there, there's going to be a bunch of people. Another way people can throw you off your pivot, besides just calling you and telling you things like, this such and such bill isn't paid, or the AC unit went out, or whatever. I hate your fucking guts. You ain't shit. Whatever it is because when you're trying to do your analysis, you kind of have to be focused. You know what I'm saying? Because you're seeing things like you're kind of, I hate to say it, you're kind of going into the matrix. You're kind of seeing things differently. As soon as you get thrown off that, you can't see shit the same because all you can think about is all the shit that's going wrong. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't get no trades done. And then also, another way you can get thrown off your trades is by having individuals tell you what trades you need to make. If there's any advice that I don't give advice or guidance or nothing, but if there's anything I can say, never, ever, okay, let me not say never, ever, but try not to take advice from somebody about what trades you should make. I understand, you got a bunch of buddies who are, okay, let me rephrase that. Especially if this person has never made a trade in their life. You need to find out kind of the background of somebody and their history. Most people aren't going to tell you, and you know why? Because they've never made a trade in their life. The history of their investing career is going around the office and hanging around the fellas who do invest, or the women who do invest, and may not even be doing well. They could be doing trash. But they walk around, hey, yeah, got to make these trades, Oh, what are you trading? Oh, I'm trading this small town, time company, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, they come to you and they're like, hey, I got a buddy at work that said this company is really is on the coming and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh, let me go check them out. And then you buy them. And next thing you know, you lose thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars, however much. Next thing you know, you go back to your buddy, or they ask you, hey, how did that trade go? Did you make that trade? And you're like, yeah, I made the trade and I lost thousands. And they're like, oh. And it's like, yo, how did you find out about that trade? What happened? And they're like, I don't know. And it's like, so did you make the trade? And they're like, nah, I've never traded a day in my life. And you're just like, ah, my dumbass. So there's a lot of lessons. That's another thing about BARF is building a bridge. Not saying I'm an expert, but building a bridge from the mistakes that I've made previously in my experiences. All right, there it goes. The date, the end of market for today, July 21st, 2023. All right, great. Market is over. But Yeah, so just kind of a bridge of all the mistakes I've made and the lessons I've learned. Not saying I'm an expert or anything, but so that other individuals don't really have to run in and bump their head on these mistakes. Um, is there anything else? Oh yeah, and as far as holding the bag, again, when it comes to day trading, anything can happen over the weekend. Anything can happen at the end of market. I know sometimes it seems like an easy bagger where you can go ahead and make that $1,000 or that 50%. You've been doing your research, you know it, you got it. And right before you want to go on that vacation or right before you want to go into the weekend or whatever you want to do, you say, you know what? I'm going to try to make this quick 25%. Look at this. Look at this stock. Look at it. I can see it. And you want to hurry up and hop into it. And that can become one of the worst weekends of your life that can affect you for years and years to come. It could be the same thing that maybe possibly makes us not ever want to trade again. Now that was another time I didn't trade. I've made mistakes, and you say, you know what, I'm gonna back off of trading for a little while. Just put it in Amazon, Apple, Google, and I'm just gonna take a break. And sometimes these breaks can take 5, 10 years before you start trading again. You know what I'm saying? And then you try to get back whipping back into it. Um, that's more so because also when you get, you know, held, when you get in the situation when you're the one holding the bag, there's a couple things that could happen. The sharks got you. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, you know what I'm saying? They did everything they had to do to get the stock to pump or whatever, and then they pulled out, and then they're gone. They're all the way gone, and then you try to ride the wave up, and then when it hits its height, you're trying to sell it, and there's nobody that wants to buy it. So then it's dropping, it's dropping, and next thing you know, you're stuck holding the bag, and you're gonna have to take all those losses or whatever. So that's another way, and the other way you can get held stuck holding the bag is, for example, the SEC coming in and freezing your stock or whatever, and now you're stuck and you just took a bunch of L's. So seriously, it's about getting those percentage gains, rolling out, enjoying your weekend. Yes, it can be frustrating knowing that you could have made $4,000 or $5,000 on a trade, and instead you made $0. But that's much better than taking a $17,000 loss, $7,000 loss, $4,000, $500 loss. That's much better than that. And then plus, kind of like the Lawrence Fishburne way of thinking, you win some, you lose some, but at least you're there being able to fight again another day. So that's more so kind of a mentality you want to have, saying, yeah, I could have made more money. And another thing is, I'll tell you real quick, and this could be off topic. If you're a person that likes to go around and tell people your gains and how much you made and everything, I'm telling you, a lot of people don't care. They don't care. You go around telling them, hey, I made $10,000 today. They're just like, hey, great. You could say, hey, I made $10 today. Hey, great. To them, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. They don't care. So it's really no point of going around saying, hey, so how much money did you make? Oh, I made 5K. Hey, great. How much money you make today? $500. Hey, great. It doesn't matter. And plus to mention, if you're going around telling everybody your gains, then you definitely should also make sure you're considering the 40% taxes that you're going to be paying for short-term capital gains tax. And make sure you keep that account ready. Now, this isn't advice. You know what I'm saying? You could either, keep another account where you keep the capital gains and wait for the end of the year because the IRS is coming for it. You know how many people made $40,000-$50,000 in a couple of months and took those $40,000-$50,000 and partied with it and paid off bills and was like, oh man, I'm living the life. And at the end of the year, they got a 19 or whatever, 14, $10,000 tax burden, and they have no idea what happened. Well, you made 40,000 that one month, and you're like, yeah, I did great. That was my money. Well, unfortunately, you took it all out, or it was all in an individual account, and you got hit with the ordinary tax income, and then you got hit with the short-term capital gains, and that's all about 36, 40%. You're like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So, you also want to keep that in mind as well. It's another way. Now, I personally, I've always been on top of my taxes. I always kind of consider the taxes. I learned about the taxes early on. So I've yet to really seriously get crushed by a tax burden. I'm about to get crushed by one, and I'm trying to avoid it, but it's not looking like I'm going to be able to avoid it. It was some shit I did. Um, yeah. So, but yeah, that's Friday for day traders. Friday for long-term traders, it's nothing. It's just another day. They're just pull up the portfolio. Oh, wow. The Dow Jones did pretty well today. NASDAQ did pretty well. Okay, cool. I'm going to go in. They're not relying on their portfolio as a form of paying bills, cash, vacation, and nothing. At the most, they may go in and sell a couple stocks or a mutual fund, ETF or whatever, just to have some cash over the weekend. But it's no biggie. They're fine with getting stuck holding the bag or anything. They're just like, oh man, the market, oh damn, shit, I lost a bunch of money. Fine. But yeah, for day traders, let's mitigate those losses. Make sure you shorten up those losses. As soon as you see 1, 2, 3%, this is not advice. Start getting ready to start mitigating those losses. There's multiple ways to mitigate those losses. You could try to put it double down and try to get that percentage to change. It's very possible. There's also ways you can put order types in to try to mitigate those losses. And what you mainly want to do is focus on gains. It doesn't matter. If it's in the red, don't take this as advice or anything. If it's in the red, you may want to pay attention. Start paying attention. If it's in the green, also same difference. Start paying attention. But more so, don't get stuck in the, if I would say, this is not advice, but don't get stuck in the backwards way of thinking of purchasing high and selling low. It can become a bad habit very quickly. You'll be stuck in that bad habit, and you don't want to get stuck in that bad habit. And the way you get stuck in that bad habit is, the market's going up. Everybody's saying, hey, the market's going up. We should all start investing. It's a bullish market. I heard that I don't know, the markets are up 20% from its lows. So we're getting out of a bearish market and we're entering the bullish market. So we should start investing. And you're like, hey, I have an extra $5,000 that I haven't been doing shit with. Let me go ahead and try to hop into the market. Again, we got those sharks. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And they're just loving it. They're like, okay, cool. Pumping the market. Not saying pumping, but market's going up, So then you hop in. You're like, who? I'm going to get Google, Amazon, Tesla, and Meta, and all these things. And then what happens? Market starts dropping again. Oh, there was such and such got sick, or such and such political warfare, geopolitical warfare, whatever it is. And then, next thing you know, what are you doing? Market tanks. And then when you're like, oh my gosh, geopolitical warfare, Kim Jong-un just did some nuclear bomb testing. Not saying that shit's not something you should pay attention and be like, oh shit, be aware of. But next thing you know, you're like, I need to get out of the market quick. And then you just lost $2,500. Boom. And then next thing you know, it's like, oh, the Kim Jong-un thing. Well, we just got it figured out, or whatever it is. President Xi, we got it all figured out. Market's going back up. Oh, market's going back up. Okay, great. I need to hurry up and hop back in. I just lost $2,500. You hop back in. And next thing you know, oh, we got wildfires all over California. Half of California just burnt up. And oh my gosh, the Kardashians are unhappy and now they have to move to Hawaii or something. And it's like, oh my gosh, no. And then next thing you know, markets drop and then you're like, oh, I got to sell again. And then you sell again. And then you lose some more money. And then you get in this bad habit of doing the opposite. You really want to try to work on that habit of buying low. You know what I'm saying? We're looking at Foot Locker right now. Right? I've done it before. Did it with GE. I've done it with other stocks. You look at them at their lows and you're like, ooh, well, that company is old. And I've seen companies like Radio Shack and let me think. Radio Shack. Let me think. I've watched a few go away. Was JCPenney's? I wonder if JCP is still around. I think that was their ticker. JCP. I'm not even sure if they're around. we've watched a few companies that I can't lie, I thought were American staples. My dumbass. No, this is capitalism at its finest. You can get your ass up out of here. I didn't realize Toys R Us was still around. I think Macy's has Toys R Us, but we've seen companies go away, and it can easily happen. So I'm looking at Foot Locker at $25 right now. I was just looking at it. Was that like $25.97 or something? Approximately $25.97 in the market. Don't quote me. I'll take a look at it in a second. But we're watching it, and if I look here, let me pull it up real quick. If I look, these are 52-week lows. Let me check. Let me look at it overall. Yeah, 25.31 at the end of market. Let me see. I'm gonna go to 20 years. And in 20 years, this is not the lowest. In 20 years, the lowest was around $11. $9 was probably about the lowest in 20 years, and that was around 2009. Okay, so in the last, let's do 10 years. 10 years, the lowest is about 17. I'm going to do 5 years. So in the last 5 years, the lowest was about 2017. Okay, so, when we're looking at it at 25, we're not too far off from like 5-10 year lows. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing some people saying it's oversold, meaning, like, if I'm correct, that there's not a lot of people buying it. So you look at a company like Foot Locker, you're like, ugh. $25. Does anybody even shop at Foot Locker anymore? I went to Foot Locker the other day. They never have any shoes that I want. Absolutely. I see that. I can see the point in that. You know what I'm saying? But it's very possible that we could be looking at a great company that may be coming back around. So I don't ever know. Don't quote me. So that's more so what we'll be taking a look into. Again, I'm working on day trading. Got to work on your risk tolerance. Your objective. My objective right now is more so supplementing my income. But I'm not doing income investing. More so, again, doing speculative trades. Again, anything I do and everything we do is not advice, it's not guidance, nothing. It's more so being able to get this information out, being able to educate possibly others that have been interested in this. And as you always know, getting my youngins, my young trap stars or whatever, who don't, are looking for different ways to trap. You know what I'm saying? To be in the game. There's so many different avenues, and some of your biggest, wealthiest individuals, not saying that they may not be addicted to the drug, but they not out there risking their lives. You know what I'm saying? They out there just trading real estate, photography, making music, different various things. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a break. I'm probably going to quit this. I'm going to be doing research over the weekend. I may pull up the phone and tell y'all what I'm researching. I may not. I may just go ahead and just stay focused on these trades that I want to get ready. Most of the trades, if I'm correct, I'm not sure. I may be looking for some bearish trades, but most of the trades I'm probably going to be looking for over the weekend are going to be bull trades, meaning I'm going to be buying low and selling high. And I may be buying the underlying instrument, meaning I'm probably not going to be doing too many options this upcoming week. I'm not sure. Just keeping it simple. We really kind of jumped to options. We really didn't even go over stocks first. So we may work on stocks. We still got bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, bunch of shit to go over. There's a lot of shit that we're going to go over, and it's going to be straight. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be cool. We're going to have a good time. We're going to listen to music, and we're going to get this done. If you got your bev, enjoy your Friday bev, enjoy your Saturday bev. And please, if there's anything I can say, try not to get in an argument. Try not to get in altercations. Please, just try to enjoy yourself. It's not worth it. All right. So thank y'all so much to anybody and everybody who stopped by to kick it. I appreciate it. This is Chan Man, House of Barf.